I create the houses to look like houses that I want to live in. I put in quartz countertops, I put in boiling water taps, I put in water softeners, I put in all the things that if I lived somewhere, that's what I would like. We sold it for just shy of £3 million. So we made a lot of money, which was really nice. It did have an HMO license, and we had to actually convert back from commercial to residential.
So, moving rapidly on, please put your hands together to welcome Jennifer Wiltshire.
God, it's so good to be back here and see everyone. I'm so glad we could all get together at last. So, here we go. Here's my case study. So, Curated Co-Living is the name of my company. Just to give you a quick synopsis. So, I spent all my career in the oil and gas industry. But I've always been interested in property. I love taking something that looks hideous and making it look lovely. Done it a few times with my own house. So yeah, did some flips for fun. So flipped 3 properties and we kept 3 buy-to-lets. My contract with the oil and gas industry came to an end at the end of December, and I was actually flabbergasted, having spent 20 years with the same company, and it made me realize that no matter what these big corporates say to you, they really, most of the time, don't really care about you particularly. So I went on the Mastermind foundation course, and that, I'd been thinking about property for a while, and in the meantime, I'd done dog walking and various bits and pieces. But when I went to the foundation course, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. It was just like, ka-ching, that's it. I know what I want to do. So I then went on to the accelerator course in February and was definitely hooked. And at that time, I didn't think that I really needed Mastermind, so I wasn't yet set to sign up for that. But I went to Strategy Implementation Live, and just seeing the people up there, meeting with some of the people that I'd been on Accelerator with, it just seemed like a no-brainer. And I thought, well, you know what? Go with the experts who know what they're doing. And I have never regretted that decision. So April 2019 is where we all met, and the rest is history. So why property? So obviously I wanted to replace my income because I didn't have a job, so that was a big thing. But I also want for my husband to be able to give up work as well, for him to be able to retire and then do whatever he wants, really. And also the biggest thing for me personally was I never wanted someone to say, I don't need you anymore. I never wanted someone to have control of my future and be able to say those words to me again. So that was a big driver for me. So high-end co-living is what I do. I'm based in southwest London. So this is the first one that I did. So just to quickly run through the numbers. Purchase 803, refurb 220. So definitely, I create the houses to look like houses that I want to live in. I put in quartz countertops, I put in boiling water taps, I put in water softeners, I put in all the things that if I lived somewhere, that's what I would like. And it pays to do that. So certainly in London, where a lot of people think I can never get the figures to stack, the way I can get them to stack is to buy, at a really good price, refurb to a really high standard. So as you can see, this property ended up being valued at 1.15 million, which I was delighted about. And then I got it mortgaged, so you can see my equity there. So my mortgage and bills are almost 3.7, but I actually get £7,000 a month gross rent. So I get on average about £1,000 a room. So I cash flow over £3,000 a month in this particular property, so about 37. I actually cash flow a bit more than that, because when I put this presentation together, this house wasn't fully occupied. But anyway, so it's a great cash flow, and return on investment is about 23%. So significantly more than the bank, yeah, I was really pleased with that. And this particular house, although I had done my research, done dummy ads and things, this prove out, because I was very nervous, using a lot of our savings and borrowing money from people. And, a lot of people were going, oh my God, that's a lot of money to put into your first deal. Are you really sure that this is going to work? So this was my template and my test case, which I'm glad to say worked out really well. And I was like, whew, thank goodness that I'm not a complete idiot and got it all wrong. So in the meantime, I also did 2 new builds in Kingston, where I live. So my husband and I had actually lived in a manky old bungalow that was on this site. And we built 2 houses, as you can see. Both, they're about 2,500 square feet each. So just to run through the numbers on that, 944 was the cost. So again, this house was on the market for 850, but knowing what I knew about the area, I knew it was just a no-brainer. So we actually offered, it actually went to a best and final offer. So we bought it for 905, and that's just all the other costs included to buy the house. So the new build plus the finance was just over £1 million. We sold it for just shy of £3 million. So we made a lot of money, which was really nice. And I'm glad to say that the 2 families that have moved in, they absolutely love them. They love living on that street. And yeah, it gave me a lot of pride to do that. Knowing that I provide homes for families is a big thing for me. And getting back to the HMOs, so many people have a bad view of them. And I've actually come up on every one I've done that the neighbours are, oh my God, we're a family street. We don't want HMOs. But I see it as fully utilising a building, making the absolute best of it. It's being fully used. And I love that. I love that about the HMO way of doing business if you run it properly. So this is actually our own house, which we bought at auction, and this is a no money left in deal. So we bought it at auction at 825, and I was absolutely astounded that no one was bidding more for this house, because it's on a prime road in Kingston, just amazing. That was just our fees for buying it. And we literally instantly got it. So we bought it cash, and then we got it remortgaged for 1.125 million. So now, we had no money left in this deal. So yeah, 300,000, and we paid just over 1,000. We're actually not living in that house at the moment. Just to give you a bit of an update, we're renovating it. So it was for vulnerable adults. So it did have an HMO license, and we had to actually convert back from commercial to residential. So we are currently spending about 450,000 doing up this house, but our agent thinks we can get 2 million for it if we sell it. So it'll be ready in August. And yesterday I said to my husband, I said, why don't we just stay in the rental? It's a seller's market. Let's sell it. Well, he just went ballistic and just said, I've had enough. We're not doing that. But anyway, that was just a great deal. So for people who think you can't get a deal in London, obviously that's not quite true. So this is another one I've done since. This one's all tenanted. It's actually, so the new builds are number 41, Homersham Road. This is just up the road at number 47. This one, Chatham Road. And I'm going to continue purchasing. I mean, my HMOs are usually probate or auction properties. My goal was to purchase 12 in a year. Well, it's been a disaster, because whilst it was good for me to sell my new builds, because we got way more than we anticipated we'd get, it's horrible when you want to buy something, right? Because everything's going crazy. And in fact, the 3 properties that my HMOs are in, they are now 100 to 150,000 pounds more than they were last year. Unfortunately, the rents aren't matching that increase, but I've now realised, I've just got to suck it up. As Simon said at the beginning, if the deal stacks, the deal stacks. So I'll still get really good cash flow, maybe not quite as much, but overall, it's still going to work really well. And yeah, portfolio of 60. Yeah, I've decided I'm not doing 60 anymore. But 30 is still on the radar. 30 is still on the radar. That would be an amazing lifestyle if I achieved that. And as we all know, you just have to put your mind to it and get on with it, and you can achieve whatever you want. And all thanks to Mastermind, and all to you guys for giving me lots of support and being encouraging. And I love it that we're all here today. So thank you very much.
I do hope you got massive value from watching this YouTube video. I'd encourage you to click on the link below to come and do the online training with me. And I've got another video lined up for you, which I think is also going to be really useful, that you should watch once you've registered for the online training with me. So invest with knowledge, invest with skill. I'll see you very soon.